At 17 years old, Jeffrey Mark Deskovic sat in a police interrogation room. Hours turned into days of questioning. He was scared, confused, and alone. And then he confessed to the brutal rape and murder of his classmate. Something he had never done. Those few words forced out a frightened teenager, sealed his fate. He walked into court not as a witness, not as a victim of manipulation, but as a defendant. And from that moment forward, the system treated him as nothing more than a killer. Jeffrey had been just a high school senior in Peekskill, New York. A quiet boy, a dreamer, someone who had never been in trouble with the law. He loved photography, had friends, and a family that cared for him deeply. But investigators wanted a conviction, and they were obsessed with Jeffrey. Despite a lack of evidence, despite DNA tests that didn't match him, they leaned harder and harder on that single, coerced confession. Police told him he'd be able to go home if he just said the words. So he said them, but immediately he pulled them back. He told them, "I didn't do this." It didn't matter. His words were twisted into a weapon against him. The jury never heard his fear, only his confession. And so, Jeffrey was sent to prison. Not just any prison, but a maximum security facility meant for violent men twice his age. He was still a teenager. Yet he was treated like the worst kind of criminal. Days blurred into nights. Birthdays came and went. His friends graduated. His family aged. The world moved on without him. For 16 years, Jeffrey woke up behind bars, punished for something he never did. Inside, he endured violence, isolation, and despair. And all the while, the real perpetrator walked free. Free to live, free to harm again, free to breathe the air Jeffrey was denied. It wasn't until 2006, 16 long years later, that DNA evidence was re-examined, and the truth came crashing down. The DNA had never been Jeffrey's. It belonged to another man, a man already serving time for another murder. Jeffrey was released. He walked out of prison gates carrying nothing but a plastic bag of belongings. A free man, but a broken one. No apology. No one held accountable. Just silence. He had lost his youth, his freedom, his chance at a normal life. But he refused to stay silent. Jeffrey spent his second chance fighting for others who had been wrongfully convicted, becoming a voice for the voiceless. He won $10 million in compensation, but no amount could ever repay what was stolen. And still, he asked the question we should all ask. How many more are sitting in cells right now, innocent but forgotten? How many confessions were never true, but believed?